I'm your host, Jeff Sart. We're going to take you behind the scenes with the craft distillers who are pouring their heart and soul into crafting the next version of America's Spirit. This is the Great American Whiskey Cookers. Welcome to the Great American Whiskey Cookers. I'm Jeff, Kirk, and the Big Human. We are recapping the entire 2024 season 2. So it's Merry Christmas, and so we thought we'd sit down, we'd kind of go through the 7 distilleries that we've been at, and I'm going to make these guys pick what is one of their favorites or what they would kind of gravitate to. So we've got Casey Jones, we have Lincoln Pinch. Casey Jones is in Kentucky, Lincoln Pinch is in Kentucky, Blum Brothers in Illinois, Pursuit Spirits in Kentucky, Cedar Ridge in Iowa, Sideshow Spirits in Lincoln, Nebraska, and then Old Monroe in Southern Illinois. So quite a trip, quite a season. 7 distilleries we've been all the way around. What would you gravitate to, and what stood out for you from the year?
Well, we started out our year so well with Cedar Ridge. That was our first episode of the season.
We did.
And that was nice to be in our backyard. We got the complete tour. We got to see.
And Murphy and Jamie were great hosts.
Yep.
And Megan as well. You know, and going back into the barrel shed with Murphy, into his little fun zone that he called it, so to speak. He was like a kid in the playground, really, in that area. So what?
Somebody had to work.
Yeah, you had to work. Right. So that was Cedar Ridge.
And that was just the beginning of our year. So, I mean,
Right. And then we went to Blum Brothers.
Yeah.
Right. And then from there, we planned the Kentucky trip.
Sorry.
Yeah, I had to work again.
And work again.
But before that, we actually went to Nebraska.
We did go to Nebraska.
Had to work again.
Yeah, at Sideshow Spirits.
Yeah.
And what about Sideshow Spirits stood out for you?
It was just the vibe there was great.
It wasn't
I
a
mean,
big vibe.
Kip was a great host. And, you know, it was just a lot of fun. We got to see things, and we even got to taste some things that were pretty spectacular, actually.
We got to taste some stuff that was phenomenal. Matter of fact, if you've seen the episode, the rye episode, where we tasted the barrel, we tasted right from the barrel their rye. It came out, repeal day, December 5th, 2024 is when it came out. If you're lucky, you can probably still get it, maybe, if they haven't already sold out, but it's a single barrel and there's only so many bottles. So you might want to try and get one of those. And I think I might have a bottle coming our way. And you never just quite know. And so if you had to pick one, and we haven't even gone through the rest of them yet, but if you had to pick one, what would it be? And you can pick, you know, the stuff that's behind me. Everything's behind us. Most everything. There's a couple things I already drank.
So we're only choosing out of those 3 right now?
No, you can pick from anything.
Okay. Well, we're still trying to explain through everything.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to.
I'm just trying to make sure that I'm following the rules.
No, I get it. I'm not going to sit here and talk about
They have
this
rules, you know.
and not drink.
Well, for you, the ones that you were at.
Well, I was talking about the ones that I didn't get to go because I was working, and I was really very pleasantly surprised at this one.
The Sideshow single malt.
Yeah, that single malt
So-
really stood out.
That's, you know, so that's really cool, right? Because you're an Irish drinker.
Yeah.
And you're kind of newer to bourbon and the rye. We're exposing you to more bourbon and rye. But then a single malt, an American single malt
Oh, yeah.
from a Nebraska distillery, 1 year palate over.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we get this all the time, so we're kind of spoiled on that part.
We are spoiled on this.
And we're not too far away from Blum Brothers, even though it's not sold in Iowa.
Right.
It's only a hop, skip, jump, and then you're there.
Yeah.
So I mean, we could easily cross the border and grab some of that. But this one here, I was really enjoying that part of that. So
Well, since we're talking about it, we're going to have some. That's just all there's to it.
did you see that, guys? See,
And there's just like, I mean, it's just, and you've drank most of yours, haven't you?
Well,
Of this one.
I enjoyed it, yes.
you can join us there. Oh, it's so good.
So, yeah, out of all of the distilleries that we've been at, in thinking through them all, I mean, I had tasted pretty much all of them with the exception of a few, like the Old Monroe and the Lincoln Pinch I had never had before, and Sideshow. Sideshow and Casey Jones, they both really kind of stood out for me. The vibe, what they have going on, the single malt coming out of Sideshow Spirits was absolutely to die for.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And
That's really-
just love it. Absolutely love it. If you haven't dived into single malt and you really want to try something that's not Scotch, but you really want to expand your palate, this is one that I think you should try. It's this
I would
American
agree.
single malt.
I would agree. This is really good.
I mean, it's just, the nose is pleasant, it's floral, it's sweet. It's got some of those bubblegum notes to it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
that's very good.
And the palate on it, I mean, it's like sugar. It's almost like, well, some oldest son just made Christmas crack, you know?
Yeah.
That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's that toffee and that chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's delicious.
It's really good. Okay, so now we can talk about our long trip
Yeah, the Kentucky trip.
where we basically started off over here.
We did. We started off at Old Monroe. What do you think about Old Monroe?
I loved this rye.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it literally blew me out of the water. Just the people there, as far as Adam.
That was like Christmas in a bottle for you. Wasn't
Yeah, it literally was. I mean, I had my spearmint little gumdrops, my cinnamon gumdrops, and then it transferred into that fruitcake. Absolutely love that. Plus, I got some of their other offerings as far as their brandies and but
You bought a pretty good amount at Old Monroe.
Yeah, like, you got to support the people there.
This is true. Yeah,
I mean, they got a big investment I'm trying to help them with here.
they do, and they're expanding. So the thing that really kind of excites me about Old Monroe is I love the rye. The bourbon's good. I really like the rye. I can't wait to see what's going to come out of that distillery in the next 4 to 5 years, especially as Adam gets the rest of that still really working.
Oh yeah,
And the history of that still, right? 102 years old in 2024. It was buried during World War II to hide it from the Nazis. Oh my God! You talk about a story behind a still.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing.
there. Well, it's cinnamon. It's Christmas time here. Oh,
Well, it is Christmas. I mean,
That's right.
I'm not going to sing you a Christmas carol, but
come on.
it is Christmas. So then from Old Monroe, we went to Casey Jones. Oh no, yeah, we went to Casey Jones.
Yeah.
Right? Was the next stop. And what'd you think of Casey Jones?
The people, the staff, absolutely phenomenal. Customer service, absolutely. Tour was phenomenal. Hearing the backstory of his grandfather, of Casey. AJ telling that story. It was absolutely wonderful to hear that.
Did you expect it to be as big as it was?
No,
I had no idea.
no, I did not.
Yeah. And what'd you think of the square pot still?
That was cool, especially the one that his grandfather made.
Yeah.
Casey made.
That's sitting in the...
Yeah.
in
And
the
then you
guest-
take to the current one that they built.
Yeah.
It was absolutely impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, they're Cody walked us through a whole bunch of expressions. A bunch of them have already been released, and you can see a whole bunch more that'll be coming out in 2025. So look for those; they're really kind of fun. But this one here, and Cody knows, I've emailed Cody a couple times about this. This one here, their wheated bourbon, is one of my absolute favorites. Matter of fact, I hide it from me so I don't drink it. I purposely stick it behind other bottles to make it difficult for me. Because otherwise I just want to drink this one all the way through. But this wheated bourbon, you guys are knocking it out of the park with this wheated bourbon. That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah, that was a great place.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to try everything there.
No, you did it. Yeah. You weren't feeling the best.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that good, but
So from there we went to Lincoln Hedge,
oh yeah.
through some back roads of Kentucky, which
We later learned that was the proper way to go. Unfortunately, it was
At night.
It was at night. It was a little scary coming across those back roads. Somebody was really worried, wanted to lock the doors that had already been locked.
well, and I live in the country. Let's be fair. I live in the country. I mean, in the country. And we were the hoot, I'll screw the chickens. I mean,
I had no doubt that the GPS was taking us where we were supposed to go.
yeah, it was a fun trip.
And I was in the back. I didn't care.
Yeah, Kirk was almost sleeping. So we get to Lincoln Pinch, and we had all sorts of fun at Lincoln Pinch. Just a ton of fun.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the story behind Lincoln Pinch, the dueling grounds, and how they came up with the name, and then at the Sanford Duncan Inn, right? We got to play around a little bit, but it's clear that Mark, the owner, is adamant about making good spirits.
Yep.
Now, this isn't for everybody. This has got a different taste to it, but the quality of this, it's nice and clean, it's clear, and but it's got a different flavor to it. So this isn't necessarily going to hit everyone's palate.
No, but it still stands out, and it's still. I really like that cast straight. That there to me is
Yeah, the cast strength for me.
It hit, yeah.
Yeah,
It was good.
right.
They had their single barrels, but I still went back to this
Yeah,
one.
yep. And then from there, we went to Pursuit Spirits up in Louisville.
What's the capital?
Yeah, bite me.
Oh, sorry, I should have done that.
Yeah, you should have done that back over here. Yeah. Frankfurt is the capital of Kentucky. Watch the video, you'll see. Peg is
Reeled you in.
Yeah, she just is. Yeah.
She really did.
But yeah, so then we went to Pursuit Spirits and got to try all sorts of fun stuff at Pursuit.
And Ian Ryan were great hosts.
They were.
Absolutely great. Giving us the open door treatment as far as nothing was off limits to basically talk about as well as to look at. They did have a tour that came through while we were there, and getting to watch what that premium as far as, Thieve Your Own. I highly recommend that. If you guys are going down there, do that, pay that. It is the whole shebang because it was a fun time watching all these guys come in and do that.
And they're
Kind of wish that we would have.
Well, yeah, we just didn't have time and we were moving. But their downtown location is opening in 2025. I think it's first quarter of 2025 is when that's opening. So you might want to check that out, look them up online. And the new downtown location, from what I've seen that Kenny has posted lately, is really pretty cool. I mean, there's some neat stuff that's happening down there.
The benefit of when we hit there was that we got to basically have and buy barrel number 1, or the first batch.
I think this is the second batch.
No, we got to sample the second batch.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
We bought the last bottles of the first batch.
Oh.
And we got to try the second batch.
Yeah, it's tasty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of the double oak.
Oh, yeah. Of the double oak.
Yeah. All of their blends are great. They're very upfront about who they're sourcing them through and where they're getting them. And watching Ryan do his blending, those series are coming out in January, right? Yeah, when we have a schedule.
Yeah, and I was going to talk about that. That was so fun to see how they do that, the blending, and then as far as getting the proof and all that, and which is what 108. Everything's 108 for them.
108.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a special 4-part series that we're going to drop in January. So you're going to want to watch for that.
You could break it up, could you? You just had to go.
Well,
It's pretty.
it's really cool, and to space it out over the course of several weeks just didn't seem fair, because as we sat there and we're putting it together, you want to see all of it.
Yeah.
I was there.
I know, but the way it's edited and the way we put it all together, it just makes more sense to put into 4 separate.
Oh, yeah.
And then drop them all at the same time. So it's like mid-January we'll be dropping that, and so you might want to
Just that way you guys can stop if you're busy and basically pick it up back. So that's why it's a 4-part series.
It's a great lesson in economics to learn how cows, and whiskey are kind of similar when it comes to leveraging economics. Watch the episode. So, all right, if you had to pick one, well, the other thing we kind of briefed over Blum Brothers.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about it a whole lot, but Matt and Mike Blum, these two guys, I swear to God, they're having way too much fun. These two guys don't take themselves too seriously. They have an enormous amount of fun. They do some parodies on YouTube.
Yeah. They're serious about their whiskey though.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, the labels are just a hoot.
yeah. So the back of this label, here's what the back of this label says, and this is their straight bourbon whiskey. Instead of inserting a hacky and fabricated story here, we will instead declare that we are a couple of scrupulous and unfeigned brothers whose sipping whiskeys have come unstowed. Scare up a glass and enjoy. Cheers, Mike and Matt Blum. Some of their other labels are incredibly funny. So they're just way too much fun. All right. So if you had to pick one, you could only pull one to drink for the week. What's it going to be?
For the week.
For the week.
Man, how about you go first?
How about me go first?
Yeah, you go first.
What's that?
Nothing.
You just want some time, do you?
Yeah, we need a little time to figure out.
I'm going to go this way.
Ooh.
I'm going to go the Casey Jones, Weed's Bourbon. AJ, Cody, Peg, my hat's off to you. That's a phenomenal pour. I love it. This is a close second, and the single malt's a very close third.
Ooh, okay. So he's giving us 1 through 3.
I gave you 1 through 3.
This is my pick.
The double oaks?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. This is right next to this.
I mean, it's like picking your best, your favorite child.
Yeah, I mean, across the whole board.
Right. But if you're going to pull one to drink.
Yep. For the rest of the year?
No, just for a week. No, the rest of the year. Hell no.
How about just for moments?
Okay, so what's your second and third?
I really enjoy the Sideshow. It's totally different type, and I also like the Monroe, the rye.
Yeah.
I mean, I like them all, but they're so different. I mean, this is a nice, bourbon, real classic notes. This is a rye or a single malt, which is a totally different flavor, and then the rye. So for me, it's a nice mix of different types of flavors.
Oh, so now it's down to my choice.
Now you have to pick.
Yeah, can we?
No.
We can't pause.
No pausing.
It's like choosing your favorite dog, favorite car, favorite kid. Notice how I said it in that order.
What's it going to be?
All right.
Come on, big human.
So, going across everything, I love them all. So, I absolutely love them all. I'm just saying that. I'm loving them all.
I don't think there's a bad score
So, unfortunately, I had to pick one, and I'm going right here.
here. You go with the rye.
This is
The Old Monroe rye.
This is my favorite. Okay.
That is good.
Second place goes to. It's going to be, unfortunately, it's almost a tie between the United and that Casey Jones. I'm really, they're right there.
Yeah, there's
Side by side.
neck and neck.
And then
Different-
my third place would be here. So that way I'm big. See how he did that?
You just always got to push the envelope, don't you?
That's right. I always got to do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I did it. So there's something you can say about it. I already did it. See? There. 1, 2,
That's right.
3.
Hey, before we wrap up, we have two things we're going to do. We're going to do 2 giveaways, and we've got a couple things to give away from you. From Sideshow Spirits, we have this really cool silicone cup, hot and cold. It's really kind of neat. And then we also have from Blonde Brothers, we've got a leather-covered hip flask. So with each of these, we're going to give away 2 things, and with each of these, we're going to give away a sample. You get to pick from any of the 7 distilleries we've been at. 1 ounce, 1 ounce samples. Well, I'm not filling up the flask. Nice try. But you get to pick a sample.
Try and figure out how
So here's what you do to register for the giveaway. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. In the comment section, put down Merry Christmas, and then fill out the form. You'll see a link in the bottom, and I'll run a randomizer, and we'll get in touch with you. And all I'm gonna ask for is your name and your email, just so you know who we're contacting, and we'll give it away from that point forward. So that's all you gotta do. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, Merry Christmas, and fill out the form. Good enough? You don't get any of these, by the way,
Why not?
because you were already there. Hey, that's
I
gonna do
wasn't
it.
there.
Tough. That's going to do it for us here at the Weight American Whiskey Cookers. Until next time, Merry Christmas. And if you can't be good,
Be good at it.
see you.
See ya. Thank you.